Good evening, good evening, good evening, my beautiful, beautiful people. I hope you had a great day, and I'm hoping you're having a great evening. Um, I'm just coming in and talk to y'all a little bit and let you know what I've been doing, let you guys know what I've been dabbling in. Just to check up. If you've been wondering what is on the thumbnail, what is on the screen. Contrary to what a lot of people believe, reading tarot cards or learning tarot is not necessarily evil, nor is it any type of witchcraft. Okay, it can be used for those things, but it's not what I use it for. I use tarot for insight. I use tarot to give me a direction of where my life is going to go. Um, and that's pretty much it. I don't take it. I kind of take it with a grain of salt. But I came across as I'm learning the different types of cards and what their meaning is. I came across the Seven of Swords upright. And of all the cards, you guys are probably wondering, why am I speaking of the Seven of Swords? Well, because we are surrounded by individuals who carry the Seven of Swords, whether it be upright or downright, in their pocket. So after I'm done explaining to you the difference between the Seven of Swords, upright and downright, I would love for you to participate and let me know, does this remind you of anyone within the community? Unless you're scared and you don't want to be honest. But either way, it is what it is, and I'm going to do what the fuck I do, right? Now, the Seven of Swords, upright, traditionally indicates theft, betrayal, deception, and trickery. You may be trying to get away with something and are sneaking around behind other people's backs, hoping to get undetected. If you're lucky, you might get away with it and keep your secret intact. But if you're unlucky, others will soon find out what you have done, causing the shame and the embarrassment, Causing the shame and embarrassment. Be aware that anytime you use cunning or deception to gain an advantage over someone or something, you are at risk of being found out. And even if you're not, the cover up. And even if you're not, the cover up will require a tremendous amount of effort and it may not be worth it. Alternatively, you may be the victim of someone else's betrayal. You feel me now? Others are not being candid with you, and you may be unaware of their lies and their deception. You may trust someone who then turns out to be running their own, we hear this all the time in this community, agenda, leaving you high and dry. Look out for any sneaky behavior and listen to your intuition when something or someone does not feel right or seems too good to be true. But on a positive note, the Seven of Swords points out that you may need to be strategic in what you do. You know, you cannot do everything at once, nor should you. Instead, you must prioritize what's important to you and direct your focus and attention on new tasks that will move you closer to your goal. It's that 80-20 rule. 20% of the work will account for 80% of your result, right? So focus on that 20. You may be able to accept some responsibilities or duties, but not all of them. You may say yes to some projects at the expense of others, but that's on a positive note. The Seven of Swords can also suggest that you may need to use shortcuts or the back door to get what you want. You may need to use shortcuts or the back door to get what you want. Rather than dutifully following the process, you may need to find ways to resolve your problem quickly so you can move forward. For example, if you missed out on getting your course, right? You may write a letter, draw on your network, try again. You may think on the feet and act in a way that isn't exactly all above board. At times, the Seven of Swords suggests that you may need to put yourself first to get what you want. For a lot of us, we need to listen to that again. The Seven of Swords suggests that you may need to put yourself first to get what you want, even if it means letting others down or putting others off to the side, right? There's nothing you can do. Everyone, and sometimes you need to put your own needs and priorities first, even if others may not agree. At least they know where you're coming from. The Seven of Swords also imply that you are trying to escape from a situation that is not working for you anymore. Rather than dealing with it head on, you may attempt to run away from commitment, responsibility, hard work, love. You may procrastinate, letting problems slip and become worse because you do not want to deal with them. Sometimes you just have to face what has to be faced. Sometimes when you take accountability, it doesn't mean going back around and 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, you're taking accountability for the same thing that you took accountability for 2 weeks ago. Instead of dealing with the lies and the deception that you put out on people, you need to clean that shit up head on and deal with the fucking consequences is, than letting them slip and become worse because now you don't want to deal with them, right? Now, the Seven of Swords reverse is very, 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 very interesting to me because I'm surrounded by them. We're all surrounded by them that carry the Seven of Swords in their pocket. Front pocket, side pocket, coat pocket, shirt pocket, inside their sock, underneath their shoe, under their bed, around their bed, in their car. They are surrounded by that seven. It often appears reversed when you feel like a fraud and are suffering from imposter syndrome. You may doubt yourself and your abilities, for example. You may say that you stop drinking, stop doing drugs, but then soon as something gets on the up and up, you feel like a fraud. Why am I doing this? Now that fear is talking, get out of your head and trust that you have everything you need to make your new venture a success. But you got to get out of your head. Similarly, the Seven of Swords reverse can suggest that you are deceiving yourself, trying to trick yourself into believing something even thought it is out of integrity with your true self. You may attempt to fool yourself and everything is okay when it's not. Now is the time to get real with where you are and confront your situations head on. As a card of inner deceit, the reverse seven represents keeping secrets hidden from others. You may be harboring a dark secret that you hope will never be revealed. You may be harboring a dark secret that you hope will never be revealed. Hint, hint, we got screenshots, right? Keeping this secret may bring you stress and tension along with deeper feelings of guilt and shame, right? When you start drinking again. While the thought of confessing may be horrifying, it will free you from the negative emotion you are experiencing. First, forgive yourself, then confide in someone you trust off of YouTube. You will no doubt feel much lighter as a result. If you are involved in an affair or an extramarital relationship, the reverse seven swords shows a growing reluctance to keep up the charade. You or your partner may feel increasingly uncomfortable with this relationship and will much rather come out in the open. So I wanted to keep it light. I didn't want to go into the darker forms of the Seven of Swords. but it's the deception. The Seven of Swords shows a man sneaking away from a military camp with 5 swords in his arms. He looks over his shoulder at the 2 upright swords he has left behind. The smile on his face suggests that he is proud of himself for having slipped away without being noticed. So basically, with mine on the Raider Wyatt cards, the tarot needs deception when it comes to the Seven of Swords. So look out for those openly snakes in your garden because they've all been revealed now. No one is unknowingly holding their Seven of Swords anymore within this little community. We all know who they are. We all know who those liars and those deceptors are who like to sneak away without being noticed, to like to start that stuff and then back out of it when the fire gets too hot. The boy that cries wolf, the woman that cries wolf, are surrounded by. I would like to get into more detail with this if this is something that you guys would like to do. Again, tarot is not evil, it is not witchcraft, depending on how you use it. But it is a powerful, powerful weapon when you choose to use it. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, a blessed, wonderful, wonderful night. Happy, peace, and blessings to all y'all. For real, for real. Peace.